All right, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the one and only Wrestling Otaku channel, your personification of excellence in YouTube and YWC. We're the best reviews wrestling and your three-time YWC channel of the year. Not back here. It is now officially Tuesday, December the 3rd of 2024. As you can see, I'm outside in front of the famous library, of course, where I do my videos, where I have done the bulk of my videos in the early days of the creation of my original channel. So I want to go ahead and do this video while I'm out. It is cold as fuck, in case you can't tell. I got the big ass jacket on. I got the hat, got the pull down hat. It is cold as a mother effer out here, man. It is cold. Just me standing here, it's cold, and the wind is blowing, and it's like, what, 35, 40 degrees? So yeah, it's pretty damn chilly out here. But I figure since I'm out, the sun is out at least, so I figure since I'm out, I'd do a video. Unfortunately, I do have to head into work later, so I figured I'd go ahead and get a video out while I'm thinking about it, while it's on my mind. So I want to go ahead and do this video. Hopefully I can record this and then upload it before I have to head in. So I've been hearing about all these things regarding WWE recently. I'm going to be talking about WWE specifically. Well, something that happened recently. So as you know, they are coming off the heels of their Survivor Series War Games pay-per-view, or I'm sorry, premium live event that they had on Saturday, right, over the weekend. And everybody's talking about it. There's been some mix from the things that I've been hearing online, kind of a mixed bag of in terms of like what people thought of it. A lot of people thought, there's a number of people that I've heard say who have watched it that said it was a boring and predictable show. There's some people who thought there were parts of it that were okay, that were good. Specifically, a lot of people criticized the women's War Games match. And it is what it is. I did not watch the show, so I really can't say, I really have no dog in that fight. I'm just going off of what I hear other people say online. So, a lot of mixed bag reaction as to what happened in regards to what happened at Survivor Series at War Games on Saturday. So then yesterday night, of course, we had Raw. And I've been hearing a lot of talk in the last couple hours, since last night, since Raw went off the air. And a lot of people are glossing about how good, quote unquote, this Raw episode was. I see certain people go online, take to forums online and say, oh, this was one of the best Raws I've seen in recent memory. Oh, this is one of the best Raws we've seen all year. The best Raw since Raw moved to 2 hours. And this, that, and the third, because Raw is 2 hours now. Up until the beginning of January, they're going to move to Netflix permanently. They're going to move to Netflix going forward for at least the next 5-10 years. So they're not going to be on cable TV anymore, starting in January. So, but anyway, for the time being, they're 2 hours. They moved back to being 2 hours. But anyway, so people really praising and glossing over last night's Raw, right? And again, it's a show that I did not watch. I checked the results just to see what happened out of curiosity, since so many people were so praising of it. Some people were saying, oh, how it's such a good show, blah, 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 blah. I personally look at it and say, it's whatever. I did not watch it personally. I got the results. But there was one segment in particular that I want to talk about here that everybody seems to be really gushing with praise, and people really seem to be high on. And that is the New Day 10-year anniversary celebration, or whatever the hell they call it. So I believe it was the main event segment, the final segment of the show, where basically you had the New Day, that being Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, come together, and they had all the shit, they had the decorations and the ring and all that shit, to commemorate all their, gimmicks from previous years, all the Booty-O shit, all the typical New Day stuff that they'd done previously. And basically the story going into it was that they're celebrating, quote unquote, 10 years of the New Day being a faction. They first formed in 2014, and they've been around for 10 years since. And think about that for a second. Think about that. Think about the lifespan of factions in pro wrestling. Not just WWE, WWF. Think about factions in pro wrestling. This faction has literally been together for 10 years, a full decade. They've been together longer than the NWO. They've been together longer than DX, longer than Evolution, longer than the Four Horsemen, longer than any faction in pro wrestling you can think of, by a significant margin. And it's like, there you go. They're not even a main event stable. They, for the most part, were a mid-card comedy act in their early days. And they've been together for that long. Think about that for a second. Just think about that. So anyway, the story of this segment, and again, full disclosure, I don't follow WWE maybe as closely as some other people. I tune in from time to time. I've been kind of checking in to kind of get the pulse, to kind of see what all is going on. But I don't follow it as closely as some people. I don't watch it every single week like I used to, you know? So you'll have to forgive me if I leave parts out or some stuff that I'm not familiar with. But apparently the story going in was that Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston have had tensions. You know, they've been seen in segments in recent, you know, weeks or whatever, basically they're basically at odds, and they were teasing breaking up the faction, or they were teasing breaking up and going their separate ways, right? Personally, going into it, I thought they were already broken up. You know, that right there goes to show you how closely I've been paying attention. I thought they were already broken up. I thought they were already, you know, done and gone and over with, at least based on things I've heard. But apparently going in, this was the night where they, quote, celebrate 10 years of them being together, and this was the night that they were going to finally break it off and go their separate ways, quote unquote. And that's pretty much, I guess, what was going to happen. But then we had a surprise on that segment. We had Big E. Big E made his return to pro wrestling, his first appearance on television since, you know, that incident from 2 years ago, back in 2022, where he broke his neck. Unfortunately, sad, you know, it's pretty tragic, you know, what happened to him. And he's been out of wrestling since, and he still to this point has not been cleared, and likely will not be cleared. So, and there have been reports circulating that he will likely never wrestle again. And he has come to terms with the fact that he'll never wrestle again. It is what it is. It's sad to hear about what happened to him. It's a damn shame. It's a tragedy. But stuff happens. It's wrestling, you know. So Big E made a surprise return on that segment. He comes out as Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston are about to go their, quote, separate ways. And he basically says, he gets in the ring and he says whatever. Again, I did not watch this segment live, so you'll have to forgive me if I leave parts out. I'm just going by listening to other people talk about it, you know, and various wrestling sites where I got the results. So Big E comes out and he basically says in so many words that I want to keep the group together. I want to keep the faction together. So until I am, quote, medically cleared, I'm going to stick with you guys as basically their manager, or he's basically going to be in their corner. He's going to be their manager or whatever, I guess, for their matches, or I guess for just in general. He's going to be in their corner, or he's going to be with them going forward, just so the group the faction can stick together or whatever. So he says this, and at first Woods and Kingston look like they're, you know, cool with the idea, and then all of a sudden they just turn on him. They pull the swerve. They turn on Big E. They basically say, oh no, it's your fault that we've had so many problems as of late. It's your fault that we didn't do this, didn't do that. You know, you went and you left and you had your neck, you know, you had your neck problems and blah, blah, blah. But we've seen other wrestlers come back from neck injuries like Austin, and they mentioned Austin by name, I believe mentioned Edge by name, which I find funny, just considering, you know, Adam Copeland's now with AEW. But they mentioned all these guys who have had neck injuries previously, and they've come back, and he said, Big E, you know, you didn't come back, you didn't even have surgery, blah, 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 so you're content with the fact that, you know, you're never going to wrestle again. Well, if you're not going to wrestle again, then quite frankly, we have no use for you, and get the hell out of our ring, or something to that effect. So Big E ends up leaving, I guess distraught or whatever, and then at the end of it, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, who were supposed to be breaking up, suddenly shake hands, and now they're just cool again. Just like that. And that was pretty much the segment. And I'm thinking to myself, as I'm gauging, like I'm listening to the reaction, I'm reading the results and like trying to get a gist of what happened in the segment, because I did not see it live. And I'm thinking to myself, so wait a minute. They have been teasing for weeks, months, that this faction was going to break up. And again, I thought they were already broken up. Big E's not there anymore, and Xavier and Kofi are basically teasing doing their own thing, or they should have done their own thing, or they were going to do their own thing. And now all of a sudden, they turn heel on Big E, and now they're a unit again? That being Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, they're just cool again, now they're heels? What was the point of this? Like, seriously, what was the point of this segment? That, oh, they turned heel, they turned on Big E, they declined Big E, you know, they basically bashed him and blamed him for their problems, and then they just turned on him, and then they just shake hands, and they're going to be cool again, and they're going to be a team again. So we went from the New Day, they're going to break up, this, that, and the third, going to go to separate ways, to now they're just together. They're going to still be together at this point. What was the point of this segment? What was the point of this? What was accomplished here? Like, I'm dead serious. To anybody watching this video, what was accomplished in the segment? So now, so after 10 years of this faction being together, Big E's been out for 2 years with the neck injury, and we've had Woods and Kingston as a tag team, doing whatever. After all this time, this will be probably the best chance, really the only chance or best chance to basically split them up and have them do their own thing after fucking 10 years of this faction being together and not even really doing anything outside of, you know, tag. They've had a bunch of tag championship, blah, blah, blah. Like, they've done all this BS for 10 years, kept them together for 10 years, and they finally teased breaking them up and having them go be singles wrestlers or do whatever individually, and now they're just gonna be together again. So now, instead of a 3-man group, it's just a 2-man group, and they're still the fucking New Day. What was accomplished here? What was the point of this then? What ultimately was the point of this segment? What was the point here? To just bring Big E out? To just have him say whatever and try to hold it together just for Woods and Kingston to turn on him? And those two guys are still going to be a faction, or still going to be a team, or whatever? Are they still going to be the New Day, or are they going to go by something else? Like, seriously, like, and even still, even with all those questions, what was accomplished during the segment? Seriously, what was accomplished here? You went from teasing them breaking up to them not breaking up. To me, personally, I think it's fucking dumb. I think it's dumb, stupid, illogical booking. Made literally no sense to do this here. Made literally no sense. So they're going to be a team still. Makes perfect fucking sense to me. And then you have these fucking people online on the internet praising this like it's such a, oh my god, this is the greatest segment ever. Oh my god, they turned on Big E. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, fucking Kingston and Woods turned on Big E. Oh my god, it's so emotional. Oh my god, it's the best segment ever. Like, get real. How many times have we seen this in pro wrestling, in WWE specifically, in the last 20 years? How many times have we seen stuff like this? It's happened a million times. How is this good? How is this different? How is this original? What was the goal here? What was the end game? What was accomplished? Woods and Kingston are still going to be a team. So what really was accomplished here? Nothing. They ousted Big E. Okay. Big E hasn't been around for 2 years. So really, what was the point of this? What was the point of this? I don't get it. It's dumb. Okay? They've been together for 10 goddamn years. They should not be a team anymore. Like, what more could you possibly do with them as a team? What more could you possibly do with them as a faction? They've already done every fucking thing. What's the point of keeping them together? Makes no logical booking sense at all. But people are going to praise this like it's a great thing, like it's a great segment. Oh, I can't wait to see what happens next. What's going to happen next is the New Day are basically going to be, instead of being a face team, they're going to be a heel team now, like they were previously heels, way back when. Like a year or two after they started, they became heels because the crowd soured on them, and then they turned them heel. They're just going to be heels again. So again, what is different about this? What is new? Like, I don't get it. I really don't understand how anybody can find this good, how anybody can find this innovative or original or good storytelling. It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense. But if something like this were to happen in AEW, you guys would be shitting all over it. For example, let's just say the Acclaim, right? The Acclaim, they're teasing the Acclaim breaking up, right? people are turning on Max Caster. People are really starting to turn on Max Caster. He is starting to show signs of turning heel. And Anthony Bowens obviously is the babyface in this. So you got Max Caster basically saying he's the best wrestler alive and cutting these diss raps and stuff, and basically dissing his partner. And you saw what happened at Full Gear in their match, you know, when they were involved in that 4-way tag match. And you got Max Caster picking fights with Swerve Strickland. He's going to face Swerve Strickland in a match on Dynamite on Wednesday, tomorrow night. And obviously this is leading to a breakup of the Acclaimed, right? That's inevitably what's going to happen, which is likely going to lead to a match between Bowens and Caster, probably at the next pay-per-view at World's End. Can you imagine if AEW did all this, basically booked all this stuff, had Max Caster do all these things, and had Anthony Bowens basically going against them, and you have the fans basically turning on Caster and saying "fuck you, Caster" at Full Gear, and this, that, and the third, and they did all this just for Max Caster and Anthony Bowens to get back together and be a team again. What would be the point of that? Can you imagine if they did that, how much people would fucking shit on that on social media? Can you imagine what the reaction would be? People would fucking hate it. You shit all over it. These fucking people online who do these reviews and shit, these podcasters, these fucking people with this anti-AEW agenda, they'd shit all over that. So why aren't they doing the same thing with this New Day thing? Why won't you do the same thing with this New Day stuff? Why does the New Day still need to be a thing? In fucking 2024, 10 years later. Why does it need to still be a thing? What was accomplished in the segment? Nothing. Fucking dumb, illogical, booking bullshit by WWE. That's what it was. That's what it was. That's my opinion. That's where I stand on it. Disagree, whatever. That's where I'm coming from. I thought it was dumb. What's the point of keeping them together? I don't get it. I really don't get it. But people are going to praise it and defend it and act like it's the best thing ever because they're loyalists to WWE. It's stupid as far as I'm concerned. It's dumb. I don't get it. I really don't get it, folks. I don't get what the logic here is. I really don't get the point to the segment or why anybody would think it's good. It's the same shit we've seen many times before in fucking WWE and other promotions. So that's my take. That's my opinion. So if you disagree, you disagree. But that's where I'm coming from. Again, if this were AEW, would you be saying the same thing? Would you be praising it as much as you're praising this? Exactly. But anyway, that's pretty much my stance on it. So that's just my 2 cents. Thought I'd go ahead and basically say this here. So yeah, that's all I got to say on the matter. So thank you for watching this little video. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here because it is getting cold. It's getting windy. And yeah, I got to head into work in about an hour or so. So thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, give me your thoughts on anything I talked about here. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Appreciate all the support you get. With that being said, it's pretty much going to do it, man. So gonna look forward to tomorrow night's Dynamite. Unfortunately, I do have to work tomorrow night too, so I'm likely gonna have to go back and watch. I'll probably catch the back end of it, but hopefully I'll be able to, you know, catch the rest later. But yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next video. But thank you for watching once again. Till next time, Wrestle Taco. I'm out for now. See you guys later. Peace.